E sarà Eroglu al bersaglio numero 1 a iniziare a tirare per prima.
So time to get the first match underway. Recurve Women's Open bronze medal match. Merve Eroglu of Turkey here up against Milena Olszewska of Poland.
Six, sei. Dieci.
Well, a cracking start from Olszewska. So traditional.
And her smile as well. Good to get that first arrow down. First arrow of the session. A lot of confidence from a good shot.
And it's a traditional set system with recurve archery. Each trio of arrows per archer measured independently. Highest score in each set gets the 2 set points.
Six, sei.
So just needing to hit the target here, Olszewska.
Anything hitting the target gives the set to Olszewska. It's a 9.
It's a great start from Olszewska for a 28, and as you just heard, a 2 set points to nil lead. But Chris, the big thing here is how well Olszewska started compared to Eroglu. The set system does allow for a comeback, but what about confidence?
And look at how the two teams compare after the set. Polish team, very relaxed, chilled out. Lots of conversation on the Turkish side. Should the Polish team, Milena, continue at the current pace, she's got a good chance of winning this, and she's already got the advantage. But Mehmet Almagaki, former World Cup champion, coaching his Turkish athlete, Merve, looking for that recovery, looking for that way back in, which, as you say, the set system does allow.
Results confirmed, and Eroglu Turkey on target 1 will resume competition in the second set. E anche per il secondo set si riparte dal bersaglio numero 1.
As you just heard, Eroglu will begin set number 2, and she needs to start the comeback immediately because 28 from Olszewska, really confident start for the athlete from Poland. So honing in on the middle.
Nine, nove. It's a 9, nove.
Very consistent first 5 arrows from Milena. I love this shot from the back as we transition from one archer to the other, because you see not only the distance that these athletes are competing over, but also the comparison. You know, Milena again from a stool, Merve from her wheelchair.
opportunity here.
It's a 4.
Drifted out onto the 4 there. That's a rather curious shot, given what you just said, Chris, that everything was grouped up very nicely, just a little high in the yellow rings, and then drifting out all the way to the right.
Yeah, it did look a little softer when she released. The bow jumped a little bit differently than we've seen from the first few shots. A symptom perhaps of a little bit of loss of tension and a collapse over in that direction would fit the bill, an arrow landing to the right. Again, it's all about putting pressure. We talk a lot about pressure. Archery is not a sport where you touch your opponent, where it can impact them physically, but mentally it's a tense game. And Merve not folding after losing that first set put the pressure on Milena, and she wasn't able to deliver in that last arrow.
In terms of the position you talked about, Milena, there on the stall, and here Merve Nur seated in a chair, you actually see their full draw positions. They are quite different, aren't they? Is that a feature of the different starting positions?
If you look at the nuances of archery technique, able-bodied, para, there are always differences and always individualities. Of course, how you sit and what you're sitting in will affect how you teach yourself to perform. And absolutely, being in a wheelchair with the back, as Merve is, as we can see now, that will make a difference. But she's clearly learned to do it and learned to do it well.
Starts third with an 8. Olszewska starting so confidently, but one arrow down into the 4s.
8.
And she's fighting her way back into the middle of the target. 2 apiece coming into this. 8 all after one arrow.
Nine. 9. 8. 8. 9. 9.
Well, not quite out of reach for Olszewska, but a 10 required. She's already shot 1 in the match.
7. 7.
Well, that's drifted off for a 23. And, wow, what a difference 1 arrow can make. A 2-0 deficit turns into a 4-2 lead for Merve Eroglu from Turkey. And it looks like the man in the box, the coach, has done his work here, Chris.
Well, a very experienced athlete. Demir performed individually, winning the World Cup final 7 years ago. Transitions into coaching like many of the top Turkish compounders have. Everyone Kayran has as well. A lot of the Turkish para archers come from the archery center Okçulevakfi in Istanbul, as does Demir, and it's fantastic to see the community continue to develop around that center and around the para program, particularly in Istanbul.
Well, you hinted at it, given the coach behind her. Merve Eroglu has fought her way back into this very, well, by her very high standards, low 19 to start things off, but she's gone 28-26 in the second and third sets, leading 4-2. So it will be Milena Olszewska of Poland to get the 4th set underway.
Seven. 8. Seven.
Both left and that one going low. Important arrow you fancy here for Eroglu. This could set up the win.
10.
Oh, look at that. So now fully in the athlete from Turkey's hands.
7. 21.
So a 21. She's just been going backwards, Milena Olszewska. Looks like she knows this one has gone. Confident draw there.
It's another 10.
And finishes with a beautiful 28. What a turnaround after a disappointing first set for Merve Eroglu. She's come from 2-0 down to take it in 3 straight sets after that, taking the European bronze 6 points to 2.